I was watching this video, and they were saying that they were testing on a mouse brain. They were cutting a mouse brain into super thin membrane, so they could have captors that could read what's inside the brain. And then it asks questions. Is the consciousness inside of the brain? Or is the consciousness something else? You see what I mean?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
So you are in this thing where if we can upload, let's say we can read, first of all, and apparently what's inside of a brain is, if we could quantify it in megabytes or terabytes, you would need a lot of terabytes to put what's inside of somebody's brain, inside of a reader or something. So and then maybe you can re-download it, I guess. You can upload it from the brain to a computer. And you can live either in virtual reality, or maybe you can re-download it in a new body or a robot or something. And it makes me think of a few shows that I've seen. One is Altered Carbon. I don't know if you know this show. So it's a show where they discover an alien technology where in a small stack like this, and everybody has this inside. They put them as a kid. They put you this drive behind your neck, and everything that is in your consciousness, your everything is inside of this. So whenever somebody dies or their body dies, they just take this, they remove it, and they put it in a new body. And depending if you are a rich person, you can have a clone, or you can have other version of the same body, or so that some people don't age anymore. They stay, let's say they keep being 25 or 30 or 45. And some other people, if they don't have money, they take the body that they can. So poor people, like maybe you a man, they give you a woman body, they don't care, and then, but people don't die anymore in that show. And then there's another show, of course, in that series. In Altered Carbon, the people who are super rich, because they've been around for 1,000 years, they've been making money and making money and making money and making money and making money. So of course, they live in the sky. They have backups, like every day at 5 p.m. Their brain gets transferred to a backup in the sky. And then if somebody kills you, for example, after 5 p.m., somebody kills you at 8, for example, there's automatically like a signal that says you're dead, so that up there in the satellite, it sends your backup data to one of your clone bodies, and you arrive in your clone body, and you're just back to not remembering what happened after 5 p.m., but everything before is back there, and then they live like this. It's a very interesting series, creates a lot of interesting questions as well, and a lot of the things that people were saying in that show was that the religious people were fighting for the right to die, and the terrorists now were saying like, we have to die, we have to find God, and those that are like, man, hell no, don't care about the other side, etc., etc. So there's this show, and then there's another show that is less cyberpunk and it's more funny. It's a show called Upload that I saw on Amazon, and in that show is different. When somebody's about to die, they can either die normal, or your family can pay for you to be uploaded to the cyberspace where people live forever, and but they are in a hotel. And depending on, some people live in a safari forever, some other people live in, and depending on how much your family pays for you, you can be in a great place where you can have activities, and like you just stay there. And then you even have possibility to talk with your loved ones from the virtual reality. And then you have big companies that control, like, and they update you. And then yeah, if you want to change your body or live in this room or have, and then you make friends out there. And then yeah, and sometimes even create galas when people from the other side can put virtual reality goggles and go meet you in the virtual server. And everybody actually their brains get sent to virtual reality. And yeah, I wanted to know your opinion about that.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of us, a lot of people, I think the way we are seeing each other now will never be the same as we see each other in 10, 15 years. Because if you just imagine how things was like 20 years or 15 years ago, by now, talking like in 15 years ago, you can video chat with somebody.
Yeah.
It was something mostly impossible. Or you can upload some video and reach around the world just in a matter of seconds.
Like right now.
It was mostly impossible.
True.
That I think if guys here or people here in this show shall follow engineer working in company like Neuralinks,
Yeah.
or other company like Soul Machines, you can see that the human machine interface are a little bit longer than we think. So for me, I think like dying in 10 years from now, it will be something we all should just embrace. It's just like leaving the whole body and moving into another new body. As you said, is how the future will be. Because for now, if you ask a question, what happened to all those dead people with their social media account, like Facebook account, Instagram account, all those data, they are still there and turning around. So I think that we are more and more becoming cybernetic people, and we can never avoid it. And that the future we should embrace in some way, but how we have it in the future, the near future. I think it will be only we should only say like Master Electronic's body dies, like his body died, but his memory is still alive and waiting for a new body.
That's exactly what they do in that show. So I'm gonna show you the show. It's called Altered Carbon. I don't know if you know the show, but in that show, it's the story of I don't know. I'm not on Netflix. I don't know if I can show the teaser without having problems. Or maybe just show images. So in Altered Carbon, it's the story of this guy this is the original guy. He's an Asian guy but in the show he comes back as a white guy in the first season. He comes as this guy.
How long have I been down?
250 years.
Oh, shit.
You are the property of Bancroft Industries. This body came equipped with combat muscle memory.
Mr. Kovac,
I didn't ask you to bring me back.
what I ask of you is that you solve a murder.
Whose?
mine.
Listen, this is a great show.
Really
And yeah, in
amazing.
that show, people sometimes they die for 200 years, and then they come back and everything has changed. And yeah,
But can you check the company called Soul Machines?
how you write that?
Soul like your soul, then machines.
SAW?
No, soul like your soul.
Soul Machine.
Yeah, soul machines.
Soul Machines. Astonishing digital people.
You can see that most of people already created themselves inside there. So they create Kaysha, like a digital Kaysha. That will act like you, talk like you, and do whatever you do
Human
as it was
OS.
you digitally.
Damn.
And those guys have been
That's
in
scary.
games. Yeah. They have been in games like for many years now. And most of stores, they already have their copy inside there.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go there, you can create a version of yourself that can drive Shada game show if you want it.
Digital brain. Processing a human machine collaboration by talking to radically different voices. That's me, a digital brain. Wow. It reminds me of Ghost in the Shell. Oops, sorry. It reminds me of Ghost in the Shell, where in Ghost in the Shell, everybody has cyber brains and everybody is connected to the internet. And everybody, at the end of their life, they get uploaded to a collective digital. But then, who becomes God?
The one who have enough power to control all the AI. And at that time, the big data will be so big and it will be almost impossible for the human to control it. So it will be machine and powerful computer. Like now we are talking about quantum computers.
Yeah.
That those computers are so fast that we people will be outrun in seconds. So that's why this company Neuralink are trying to make human better and to make us compete with the machines. But for me, I think the way we are going now is human being as race we know now will maybe disappear. And our consciousness will be transmitted to an other form of body, like cybernetic body. So that's the only thing that was almost impossible for most of engineer or for all the time to read human brain. But for now, as they have the ability to read it and save the data and let it grow, and I don't think that this flesh body we will be immortal. And I think that's maybe the greatest goal, and it's the easiest way for us to conquer all the planets. You know, like travel to Venus and all the planets. Those are a lot of radioactive there that this body can handle. And
Irving is saying something Irving is saying something interesting. I have the answer, but I'm going to let you answer. I think the idea is crazy because as much as they can upload our consciousness, anyone can manipulate that data, and we are not safe.
Saying about safe, or no, I don't know what I mean with that. because those data will not be controlled by humans. It's like, let's say example, we have the Google source code. It's impossible for the human to go inside and fix it.
Yeah,
It's
it works by
they put
itself.
some. That's why Google create the world most advanced AI. They use I don't remember the name, but is for now the world's smartest machine, Google AI. It has been beating all the intelligent people in the world in everything. So I think AI don't do wrong. I don't. The computer don't do wrong, but when the AI we gain consciousness is there, everything will be very scary. So maybe the human race will be doomed to die, and that's it. You know. So nowadays, all we do is connected. Your electricity, your food, your credit card, your everything.
Yeah.
And when the AI will take control of all those things, think about the people put in the hospital, all those things. If something go wrong with the AI there, then the AI can just say, "Oh, no more human being," and we are gone. If we don't integrate with the AI, because the AI now, artificial intelligence, is so far that you can never imagine, and we can never beat it. If you can beat it, we just have to join it. That's it. That's the choice we have now.
Irvin, of course, like first to reply to your first question, yes, but the thing is this: you are not in control already. If you think you are in control, look how people's ideas are swayed politically in whatever they think just by AI just showing you the things that they want to show you for you to think one way. Or when you go to YouTube, look at if you go to YouTube or if you go to Netflix, and I go to YouTube or go to Netflix, we are not seeing the same YouTube. We are not being proposed the same videos because you have machines that are working 24/7 on that. And yeah, I completely agree that this will open an age where hackers will be able to do things like viruses will not be viruses like COVID, but will be viruses created by hackers that might, infect other people. And it opens a lot of possibilities and also a lot of uncertainty about things. But what is very interesting about your question and the way you think about it is that you see it as a person from today. The person from tomorrow might not have this question because they will be born in this age already. And in 100 or 200 years, it might be completely normal. And maybe that either people will be able to be uploaded and downloaded, or maybe people will just go to AI and will live in a world like in the Matrix, and there will be new rules. So, and maybe some people will be able to teleport or fly because the world will be virtual, I guess. And we'll have to decide inside of virtual reality, do you live the same as in reality, or those rules don't exist anymore? Or and what do the people who live in virtual reality or that have their consciousness uploaded, can they mix themselves with other people? Can they learn can you learn tricks faster? Or can we download skills? For example, can you become a super good mathematician, for example, just by downloading these skills? Or can you play music like Beethoven just by downloading it? All these are interesting questions that for now are just questions, but that might actually become reality one day.
Yeah. Kaysha, if I can just put something in what you say there, I think like in 5 or 7 years from now is what Neuralink are working on to, because they already succeed to let a monkey play a game using the chip only with the monkey using his mind, so the monkey could play a game. So that's the point, that people shall even send their dream to each other. Or maybe you are in Congo, I'm here in Sweden, you can just send to me what you are seeing in Congo directly in my brain. So they are not the only one working in that area. You have even Facebook trying to jump in
Of
that
course.
area,
Yes, yes, yes.
even Spotify trying to
Facebook
manufacture
is
those
trying
type
to
of
the
chip.
metaverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can answer the question of my brother Evin Kabasele, they're asking, everything that have been made by human can be hacked. We
Yep.
have reverse engineering, but there are always patches that can come and close those loopholes.
Yeah.
But the most important is to think what the benefit of it being letting yourself be hacked. But because today your bank card can be scammed in any way if you don't use it safely.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be the same way when you get an implant in your brain. You may get something that may protect you against hackers.
Hacking. Yeah, I
Is
mean,
the
I think
Yeah.
with new technology and new stuff will come. It will come with new. Yeah, it will come with new rules and new ways to protect yourself, and maybe they will have, with time, there will be different brands, and like you will have brands like Apple that will do everything with privacy in mind, and others like Facebook that will do exactly the opposite. Everything will trying to show you advertising, and like imagine if advertising is in front of your eyes and you cannot not see it. Some people must be dreaming of that. But look, if you are somebody who did an accident and you are paralyzed neck down, and the only thing you can do is move your eyes, for example. Imagine that somebody tells you, hey, listen, we have this prototype of something that we can put, and you will be able to control a body completely from your brain, and this body will be, yeah, upgradable with time, and yeah, you're gonna have new arms, or maybe new legs, and or a whole new prosthetic that you can use, or maybe a whole new spine that will control the rest of your body, for example. And the technology makes it possible because of all the advance in science. And now when you are a person that is completely disabled, we can re-enable you. Those people will say, yes, sign me in.